Are you an artist looking to start a paint and sip business, but you honestly have no idea where to begin or how much it's going to cost you? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can start a paint and sip business for under $500 and the first 5 steps that you want to take to launch your business. If that sounds like something you want to learn, stick around. Hi everybody, this is JJ Long from JJArtworks, and welcome to our YouTube channel where we help artists create profitable paint party businesses, and we also help out aspiring artists through our painting tutorial videos. So thank you so much for tuning in. We truly appreciate the love and support. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how to start a paint and sip company for under $500, and it's probably realistically, you could probably start a paint and sip company for around $350 to $400. But I want to give you a little bit of wiggle room in case you want to maybe put your logo on an apron or something like that. But let's just dive right into the first 5 steps, okay? So step number 1 is that you need to have a website. And you need to have a website so you have a place where people can see your sample paintings and they can choose what painting option they want for their event. In the beginning, when you're first starting out, I recommend that artists come up with at least 5 sample paintings to put on your website. You don't want to be slaving in your studio, creating 20, 30, 50 paintings right out of the gate. Our goal is to get you teaching as fast as humanly possible so you can actually make money, so you can survive and put food on the table. So don't get so caught up with the preparatory mode. I want you to take action right away so you can start reaping the benefits of a paint and sip company. So again, you want to have at least 5 sample paintings on your website, and you want to be able to direct traffic to your online presence and portfolio so people can see what you offer. So that's number 1. You want to have a website. Number 2, and numbers 2 and 3 are interchangeable, but basically number 2 is you want to purchase your startup supplies. So your startup supplies are going to be your easels, your aprons, your teaching easels, and then possibly your brushes if you plan on getting brushes that you want people to reuse event after an event. At JJArtworks, we use disposable brushes, so we spend a couple dollars for a brush pack on Amazon, and then at the end of the night we just throw the brushes out. It's completely up to you. The downside of reusing brushes every event is that at the end of the night you gotta scrub out your brushes with soap and water and make sure they're dried before the next event. But I did that for the first 4 years running my paint party business, and it's a great way to save money. But basically, you want to have your startup supplies right in the beginning. And just so you understand what recurring supply cost is, so your recurring supply cost is going to be paints, it's going to be your paper plates, your napkins, and your water cups, and also tablecloths if you get disposable tablecloth. But you want to make sure in the beginning you just have those startup supplies, okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, and again, this is interchangeable with number 2, you want to post your services on social media. So you want to be telling your friends and family and everybody you know that you're offering paint and sip classes. And what's great about that is that when you first start out, a lot of your friends and family, they do want to support you on your journey. It's really exciting. It's something fresh and new. So, back over 10 years ago when I first started my paint and sip business, I actually posted something. It was kind of like a long email post, long form post, and I was just like, hey, I'm doing paint parties, and this is why I want to do paint parties, and I feel like I'm born to be a teacher, blah 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 blah. And no lie, within 24 hours, I had 5 requests for paint parties. So you want to start off small. You don't want to start paying for Facebook ads or Instagram ads. You don't want to, you don't want to be in the beginning perceived as like this big corporation. You just want to tell people, hey, I'm a self-employed artist and I'm looking to just, share my my joy of painting with the world. And that's the first thing. Just post on social media, get your word out there, and try to book something. And the reason I say this is interchangeable with point number 2 or step number 2 is because you can build the website, have sample paintings on the website, and then number 2, just start blasting people on social media and saying, hey, I'm starting to do paint parties, would you like to hire me? And then as people pay you, you can use that money to buy the supplies. So you can do whatever order you want to do. But this is the order I chose to do this in this video. So 3, post on social media. Also, post to your email list. If you have an email newsletter, definitely chunk that in with social media as well. So that's just a quick side note. Number 4 is I highly, highly recommend that your first paint party be a private paint party with family or friends. And it should be a small group size of maybe 10 to 12 people. Also, just to piggyback on point number 2, when you do purchase your startup supplies, buy small, buy your first 10. Don't go out and buy 40, 50, easels and aprons, because, you have this vision of, we want to start off small. We want to do this for under $500. So just buy small, buy your first 10 or 12 sets of, paint and sip supplies. And that's all you need to do to get started. Okay. So 4, book a private paint party. So what I mean by this is, you want to do something with your family or friends. It could be your siblings, it could be your parents, it could be your aunt and uncles, it could be your cousins, it could be your best friend. You want to start off small because you want to get the feeling of getting in front of a group of people and teaching and showing people how to go step by step through a painting. There's a lot of hiccups you're going to go through in the beginning. So I'd rather you make small mistakes in the beginning in front of friends and family, as opposed to doing a big corporate event or a fundraiser or something and bombing. Because believe me, I made so many mistakes in the beginning, but I was grateful that I was able to make those mistakes in front of friends and family. So that is number 4. Definitely book a private party. I wouldn't try to book something at like a public bar or restaurant in the beginning. Do something small and quaint where you can do it in the comfort of someone's home. And I just think that that's a really, really good key point. And then number 5 is kind of self-explanatory, but you need to have a payment method as a way for people to pay you. So whether you're accepting cash, whether you're doing Venmo, whether you're doing invoicing software, or people are paying through a ticket link on your website, you need to find a way to accept payments. Venmo's free. Obviously, cash is free. And then a lot of invoicing software is free to sign up for the invoicing software, but they do charge like a 3% credit card processing fee. If you do private events, which I highly recommend in the beginning, what's great about a private event and sending a client an invoice is that you're only dealing with one person and one payment, where the client is paying with a credit card or a debit card or something, business card, via the invoice software payment link, and then that's how you make the money. If you do ticket sales through the website, you'll get multiple $35, $40 individual, sales running through, but then you have to think about refunds. And then, there's more people that you have to deal with. So I highly recommend a private event up front, send a quick invoice, get paid, pay the company 3% for the credit card processing fee or whatever it is. And then boom, you're done. 2 companies I recommend for invoicing software is Wave accounting software, which we've used in the past, and then also Square accounting software. I know Square does next day payments, which is really good. So I highly recommend those 2 companies. We also did use QuickBooks software as well, but you have to pay a monthly fee for that service. So, do whatever's comfortable for you. But that's basically the top 5 steps, or the main 5 initial steps I would take when you are just starting off your paint and sip company. I promise you it's going to be under $500. I remember back in the day when I first started, I wasn't using credit cards. So I was literally just living within my means. But after the first or second event, I had made all my money back, and then I was starting to make a profit. And then, from that point forward, you start buying, you already have 10 setup supplies. Let's do 15, enough for 15 people. Okay, now enough for 20. And then before you know it, you'll have enough easels and aprons and brush sets and everything for, 40, 50 people. And then when someone calls you to book a $2,000 event, you're just paying for some paints and plates and cups and napkins, because that's your recurring cost. But the majority of the money that you've spent is already done. You've already bought all those startup supplies. So anyways, paint parties are awesome. I highly recommend that you do them. If this is your first time visiting our YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button below. Please hit the bell notification icon so you can be notified when we come out with weekly videos. Also, if you're curious as to what supplies we use, I have included links in the description below. You can figure out what we recommend for easels and paint kits and paint brushes and all that. And then lastly, if you are an artist watching this and you're looking to level up your paint and sip game, or you just want more, you have a lot of questions on your mind, I do offer one-on-one coaching. So just click on the link below and you'll be taken to our website, and then we can hook up over there and talk about the future together. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this video was helpful to you, and I'll talk to you all in another video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.